United from some smoke. Doesn't get prettier than that.
I don't remember.
And a one-hand effort by Harris. Harris stabs it.
Welcome one, welcome all, and yeah, there's college football going on right now. As soon as I hit the intro video, Deuce Alexander catches an 80-plus yard ball from Chambliss, and our guy Bruce was all over the Kamario Taylor situation today with over 50% for himself on a guy who's less than 1% owned. Here's the hope, and Anthony Evans gets some garbage time catches for you, Bruce, and you can bring it home. But lots and lots of college football today. Texas A&M later tonight. Bruce, I'm on your side in that game. I think Texas takes them down, and Big T is fresh off gobbling probably a bunch of turkeys, just yesterday. I mean, I have to admit this. We didn't have turkey last night. We had ham. I didn't do turkey on Thanksgiving for the first time ever. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. But Big T, how are you doing, man?
Always good. Always a fun week of sports, food. I don't love the food either as much as most. I actually like ham. I like ham as long as it's cooked good. But yeah, I mean, lots of sports. I don't love the 3 p.m. NFL game that's going on during this show, but it is what it is. It's a sports time of year, and like you guys were saying, we got tons of stuff tonight, like NBA tonight, college football tonight. Obviously, right back tomorrow with the slate we're talking about. It's a fun weekend. And the Who Day. The Who Day's back, Gregory. The Who Day is back.
You know it.
That fake freaking Ravens team that everyone just strokes off to got taken to the woodshed. Absolute woodshed treatment.
Second most fake team in the NFL. First is the Bears, right? So you get them on back-to-back games.
I think they might be ahead of the Bears. You just hate Caleb Williams.
They should be 4-7. Let's get out of here. I can go on all day about how bad Caleb Williams and the Bears are. But Bruce,
what channel is the NFL game even on? On like 18 different apps. Which one is it?
They're gonna litter you with Black Friday deals on Amazon
Through TV. No,
I'm not going to get littered with nothing because I got ad-free, Gregory. I'm not cheap.
You know what? Respect. I don't know how you.
How many $400,000 nights do you need before you go ad-free on Amazon?
I didn't even know that was an option. I got YouTube Premium. That's the best thing I ever did. Having YouTube without ads is crazy. I got to admit that.
I actually love it without the ads too.
It's really nice. Bruce, I was messaging you earlier in the week, but bunch of NBA and MLB cards at Costco I picked up, and I got a long way to go to catch up to your collection.
What did you just say? You got them from Costco?
Yeah, it was some really good. I actually really like the cards I got in there. I don't really know how much they're worth.
What was at Costco though? How come I didn't get that text or whatever you were just saying?
Well, because I didn't know you collect them like that. I know Bruce is maybe the best card collection here. I mean, without a doubt. Not just here, but
you don't even know what my card collection is.
I really don't know. You don't.
Bruce might be better. I'll admit it. Bruce's might be better, but you have no idea what I got.
What do you got?
Jokic rookie right there staring at you. I got plenty back there. It just doesn't look. You want
that little bitty Jokic rookie back there?
How big's the card supposed to be, huh? How big's it supposed to be?
It should be front and center. I should see it like the collection of cards I see Bruce's in the background.
You need a fat head.
Yeah.
Let's go fatheads, man.
So what is at Costco? I'm still trying to process it.
They have some kind of boxes there, yeah.
Yeah, like flagship collection too, tops collection, NBA, MLB as well. You only get two per account, so I already maxed it out.
Why do you only get two? Just so someone doesn't literally buy them all?
I might have done that. Yeah, I mean, this stopped me.
So it's like a good deal too. They're like cheaper or something.
$40. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna beat that.
Get you a glizzy and chicken bake and
absolutely. The pie's good there too. They got good stuff there. They got some good pie. So you can get 2 boxes per account. Like you can't get each time you go or just total.
I haven't tried it a second time. I mean, I don't want to be
You just
flagged
come
out.
right back through and try to swoop another two in there.
The amount of Derek Queens and Jeremiah Fears I got in there got me excited. I actually believe in the Pelicans rookies, a little bit. Bruce, obviously I'm watching Kamara Taylor absolutely still ball out right now. It's kind of fun. And I also have to say this too, like you obviously being a big Texas fan, you're going to be glued to your TV. Are you on Texas to win the game tonight?
Man, I don't know. I think Texas loses, but I'd like for them to keep it close at least. But yeah, I don't see us winning. Our defense is just too bad. It's going to be a high scoring game most likely. So yeah, it's going to be rough. Yeah, I just hope we can keep it close.
Yeah, hopefully you can. We have not a ton of showdown contests like I was expecting for that game, to be quite honest with you, man. I really thought we would actually have a nutted like showdown slate, but only 4K prize pool right now. You got 30K or 40K on the night slate as well. You'll have content. You've had it up all day, and then obviously for tomorrow's last regular season week, basically. So next week, we will have the conference championships, and we'll have a good time. But we got 11 games to get to, and it should be a great time ahead of us, starting with Ohio State taking on Michigan. Ohio State was lackluster, to say the least, last week without Jeremiah Smith, without Carnell Tate, clearly not wanting to give Michigan any information on Julian Saint's ankle, basically. It was an extremely vanilla game plan. I was disappointed watching it, Bruce, last week against Rutgers. You have Michigan with Andrew Marsh, who's been one of the best DFS wide receivers over recent weeks. Talk me through the game.
Yeah, I think him and Claire are probably the best two value plays in this game. Especially if Jeremiah is still banged up, Tate's still banged up. You could see a lot of targets come towards Claire's way at tight end. This game probably will lean more defensive. Both teams are battling injuries too, so a lot of runs in this game with Bo Jackson and Jordan Marshall, who is likely back here. CJ Donaldson. So yeah, I'm not going to have a whole bunch of it. Jeremiah Smith could always go nuclear here, but he's 8,800. First game back from an injury, but yeah, I won't have a ton of it. Marsh is solid as always. He's just been crushing every single week. 24 targets the last 2 weeks is so good, and a lot of them are short catches that he just turns upfield and does a lot with. So yeah, I won't have too much of this game. I just think it's pretty defensive.
Yeah, and when Ryan Day tries to actually coach, over coach a game, it's led to extremely poor results against Michigan. And as an Ohio State fan, it sucks to say, but no one who's an Ohio State fan is counting this as a dub over what has happened in recent years. Even getting the national championship last year, a lot of Ohio State fans still upset when you lose to Michigan. Big T, I think that Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are fully healthy for this one. I say that because I really feel like they were just held out like the last week and a half. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, I think he was genuinely banged up, but needed that week to get healthy. Carnell Tate, I really feel like that was just 100% rest last week. What do you think about Ohio State, though?
Yeah. Can they? When's the last time they've even beat this team? Like 5 years, 6 years ago? How long has it been?
I want to say it's been at least 4 years since they beat Michigan.
You Ohio State fans don't you just tend to forget that kind of stuff?
Well, if it's 5, I prefer to say it's been 4. I really want to bend the rules a little bit. That's the way to do it, right? I don't want to admit that the last time we won was in 2019. They didn't play in 2020. So
there's been a few of these years too where I was just super confident they were going to whoop them because they have better players, and then Michigan still just kind of plays them good. And the way these teams set up, I'm not convinced they're I know you love Ohio State, but I definitely don't think they're as good as you think they are. And they were much better last year, in my opinion. Obviously, they were basically steamrolled to the title, so I'm not exactly breaking ground on what I'm saying there. But I don't know. You can't really. The good thing is for fantasy, you're just not going to play that much from here. You just can't really lean into it even. It's going to be a defensive showcase. The pricing doesn't really allow you to get too creative. I guess you could play like a Max Clare, but I don't want to pay $4,500 for that. And then, like you said, Andrew Marsh, we talked about him the last few weeks. Last week, even in a low-scoring game, I was pretty heavy on him. I think he was in the 3Ks or 4Ks, whatever it was last week. Just an awesome play. And then an awesome play again. Just so many targets. And even though Ohio State's defense is good, the price is so low. Have to have interest in him. And Michigan always kind of finds their stuff by the end of the year. So I like Marsh. Even Marshall, I don't think is like totally out of a low-owned type play, just because he's going to get all the workload, most of all the workload. That means a lot in college football. So I actually like the Michigan side more than the Ohio State side here.
Yeah, I'm going to completely ignore the stupidity in that statement that you don't think Ohio State's that good. I'll ignore it, right? Yeah, I'm going to ignore the fact that they whooped on every SEC team they faced last year, blah, blah, blah. And you think they're better this year or last year. I think they're better this year. Problem is,
you possibly think they're better this year than last year. Like what?
Julian Sand is a dog, and that defense though is just it's elite this year. That's the one thing. I think offensively they might have a slightly worse run game without Judkins and Travion Henderson, right?
Just slightly worse. So yeah, they're probably
it's all in the trenches anyway. Anyone can run through a gap 6 yards wide, right? Travion Henderson's having trouble in New England. He couldn't even do that against the Bengals last week, huh? When we got him at unreal ownership too.
You mean that the Steel Curtain defense? I mean, who could score on them?
When Isaiah Likely loves to reach across when he's going to fall in anyway, it kind of killed me a little bit. I will say, I really loved Likely that day. But I'm going to say this just real quick: Ohio State. All right, and you can make your mentions about the Big Ten not being that strong, or whatever. Cool. They have not played a real football game in a month, right? And I feel like this is the first time that we're actually going to see them kind of press on the gas a little bit. And I think we kind of forget how good Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate have been together since they really haven't done that in the last 3 weeks or so, right? Since the Penn State game when they both went off. So jury's still out. I don't want to go against this Ohio State defense at all, but I'm with you guys. It's not a game that you really want to target much of, even if Ohio State goes off. It's 31 points enough to pay off the tag with Jeremiah Smith at 8,800. Carnell Tate's even at 7,100. We've seen those guys be, Carnell Tate, especially in the 5Ks. So you're paying a premium. This game is just lackluster for DFS overall. A game that won't be lackluster for DFS overall. The Baylor defense has given up, 95 or 96 points in the last 2 games combined. Houston, not much of an offense to really get excited about. But he got Amari Thomas there, Koziol there at 5,200 as well. And then Baylor's offense. So Josh Cameron, I don't think he got a catch in the second half last week, which is astounding to me. But Baylor has been a part of some good game stacks if you wanted them. Bruce, talk to me about some Baylor in Houston.
Yeah, the 30 targets for Cameron the last 2 weeks is crazy. That's kind of the volume he should get here too. He is priced up a little bit, 6,800, but I still think he's a really, really good play tomorrow. It's a tougher matchup against Houston, but West Virginia kind of carved him up a little bit. I think Amari Thomas is a great play again. I don't mind going back to Koziol, even though he let me down last week. Only 4 targets. Kind of a bad Wakeman game there. When you look at the running backs, Dean Connors at 6,500. I think he's probably one of the better plays on the slate. Baylor's given up 30 DraftKings points per game to running backs, and he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield as well. And it seems like a Baylor team that's kind of given up a little bit. I don't mind Bryson Washington this week with Michael Turner out. Should be just him and Knighton in the backfield this week. And they're kind of similarly priced. So should see pretty close to a split between those two guys. Quarterback, I don't mind Wegman just because he runs a little bit. But he's been bad lately. Hard to watch. And if you want to play Robertson, I don't mind it. I would just play him with Cameron and maybe another of his receivers.
Yeah, it feels like a double stack on DK with Robertson would be the best move if you're going him. But like you said, Washington tonight, and Washington was what 9K at one point this season. Now you're gonna have 5,300, no Turner, potentially the bell cow. Big T's been a big hater of Bryson Washington all year, but at 5,300, maybe he's not a hater this week.
Yeah, I mean, man, he was cheap last week too. I don't know. Like I'm so sick of Baylor. We get them some teams we never get, and then other teams you just get every week. And Baylor's one of the teams that I'm tired of seeing them. Why can't they get hidden on like an afternoon slate or something just to where we don't get them on I'm pretty sure we've had them every single show we've done. So last week, last week, 9 for 51. The dude, he's got 5 straight single-digit weeks. I mean, do we not think he just stinks? I don't know. Like, why does he have to be good? I don't know. Like, you try to learn stuff throughout the year. He was clearly like a workhorse to start the year that we felt confident in. But, we're at the end of the year now. We're not middle. We're not beginning. I know his price is decent. His projection's decent. I don't know. I can't see myself playing too much Bryson Washington. But I don't know. Josh Cameron, you can always play him. The frustrating part of Baylor is you always want to play some of these pieces. Trigg, can't really go to Trigg anymore. I guess it would just be Josh Cameron. Hawkins has been cheaper than this. He feels a little priced. I don't know though. I kind of don't like this game. Weigman, kind of like Bruce said, where it looks like a decent matchup, and you got guys you can pair them with. It's 8,800 though. I don't know. I should like this game honestly more than I do, but just looking at it, so Weigman, he was looking good until last week, and I watched a lot of that game. And he did finish with 27 still. I guess that's a good sign. But he had 114 on the ground. He has had a lot of rushing yards for the last 5 games. I look at him, though, and I don't, feel like he's as good a runner as he is. So maybe he just is, and he got upside there. The nice thing with him, though, is you do have Amari Thomas, Koziel. These guys are easy to pair with him. So I don't know. This game's just going to stare at me. I feel like I should stack it up, but I'm just not going to be surprised if it totally busts like a lot of these Baylor games have.
I think his prop going into, it might have been the Arizona State game or something like that, was like 40 yards or something like that. And he's eclipsed that rushing with 98, 111, negative 27 against West Virginia somehow. And then 82 and 114. I don't know what happened in the West Virginia game that deviated almost 100 yards off all the other ones, but he has definitely been a good runner for the most part here. And yeah, Bruce, you mentioned it with Dean Connors being a receiver out of the backfield, 5 catches last week. Felt like he was getting more catches. I know 8 catches the last 2 weeks combined is not bad, but it did feel like he was even more involved in the pass game than I was expecting. But yeah, it's still 6,500. It's the running backs in this one, like you said. If you do go to the quarterbacks with Weigman, you can single stack, but with Sawyer, you'd probably want to double stack with them. But I agree, Big T. It's just this Baylor defense has been so bad that we just keep coming back to it, right? You're done after this week, though. You're done,
Did
right?
they ever play a good defense in your conference you love so much? Is there ever a good team in there?
In the Big 12?
You love the Big 12. It's your favorite conference. You freaking love it.
Texas Tech might be the closest thing to it.
Utah. Have they played them yet, Baylor? They had to get pounded if they played them.
Baylor avoided the Texas Tech game.
Every week they have it's like when you look at the team totals on Sabre, it's always 30-30 every single week.
The worst part is they have 5 wins, so they would not be bowl eligible if they lose this one. So you can finally be done with them. But
good, because they're gonna lose again too.
Thank God.
You guys hate me. Oh my gosh.
They've been on every slate.
That was actual disdain from you and Bruce.
I have the same. I echo his feelings. I'm so tired and they're always in a good spot, so you always have to consider them.
All right, so we get Miami.
What are you gonna do when your Bears just freaking own Philly today? What's gonna happen for you?
They won't do that. They can score first all they want, man. They can score first all they want. I don't care. I'm good. I know Saquon's got me. Miami taking on Pittsburgh. Miami actually had a great day last week against Virginia Tech. Carson Beck threw for 320 and 4. Malachi Toney with one of his best performances of the year, 12 for 146 and 1. Felt like they forgot about him for a little bit there, but he showed out last time. Heinz Shell, not the worst QB in the world, right? You have 7,400. You got a Carson Beck at 6,400 too, with a decent team total. It's not the sexiest game in the world, Bruce, but we did see this Miami stack pay off last time. Do you think it can happen again?
Yeah, I think the Miami defense plays well here, and they win this one. I do like Malachi Toney again here. He's played well last week, had 15 targets, and I also think you can always play the slot tight end against Pitt because they bring the blitz almost every play. So I think Elijah Lofton is in play as well. He's 3,400. Scored a touchdown last week as well. It was another good matchup. I forgot who they played, but it's another one of these matchups where teams play a lot of man and blitz a ton and leave the middle of the field open. So I like him. I like Lofton a lot. The Pitt receivers have to be in play here. Johnson and Poppy. I just think they're not going to be able to run the ball as easy as weeks pass. So Heinz Schul passing to these two guys is going to be essential to them having some kind of success. Turner's gonna start running back for him. I think Des Reed is out here, so yeah, it's should be a good game to watch, but maybe not DFS wise. I just like the studs here. Toney and Elijah Lofton is in play for me too.
Yeah, Elijah Lofton there. I keep coming back to that Carson Beck price, right? Where it's just so cheap.
Cheap, yeah.
You just get baited into the double stack or just something like that. But Big T, do we need the 6,400 QB this week?
He for the first time ever too just owned last week. He was when you needed it because the double stacks are always there with Miami and again this week. I mean, there's just not. I mean, just Swift just punting it right in Rubio's face, just drop kicking that ball right up Rubio's hair, right up his hairline for the house. But yeah, I mean, you have to consider it. Pitt games haven't been what they were last year. I think Miami's defense, I agree with Bruce, like their defense looks really, really good. Like really good. Their defense is top 10 in the country, maybe. Like just solid. So they should. What's their record anyways? They got 2 losses. Are they still in the conversation?
Yeah, they're behind Notre Dame.
Behind Notre Dame. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pitt side, Turner looks pretty tasty to me though. 5,900. You got our boy Reed. Is Reed like officially out?
Yeah, I think so. I looked at it earlier. I think he was listed as out. I'll double check here in a second.
Yeah, Turner at 5,900 is actually where I'd go from Pitt. I think he's pretty talented. Just looking at him, watching him, I like him at 5,900. Even though Miami's defense is good, Goff, the dude behind him, I don't think is very good. We saw him early in the year. I didn't like him much. I do like Turner though, so can go there. And then Toney, like you guys said, was just awesome last week. I don't think I'll double stack. I don't think I'll play Carson Beck. He is 6,400, but I might just rather go a little mini stack here with like Toney. And even on the Pitt side, if you didn't like Turner, you could play a Poppy or a Kenny Johnson and have just a little skinny stack type thing.
Makes sense.
Reed is questionable still, but he got carried off against Notre Dame, and it didn't look good. So I still think Turner's probably the play here.
How many times do you think Reed's been carried off in this college career?
I was going to say, when I heard that, I kind of had to smile.
Like 12?
Yeah.
It's a shame that we don't get ND on this slate because I really wanted to talk about the Syracuse
Notre Dame? We don't have Notre Dame on this one?
No, did you see they scored 21 before the offense stepped on the field last week?
It was quite the display.
Full-blown belt to ass.
Notre Dame's going to come back and win the title this year.
I mean, they definitely deserve it over Miami, I'll say.
When's the last Notre Dame title?
Oh, gosh. I probably wasn't even born. There's no way.
88?
Let's check it out. Let's see. Title 9. We don't want that.
When Rudy was there.
1988. You see me all over that? 98, 88.
Wow. You know what? Good call. Good call. That's good stuff.
You like that? That was a good pull.
Yeah. I didn't think you had it in you. Texas Tech taking on West Virginia. I mean, we've talked on this show about how bad West Virginia is. I think
so bad.
We like Texas Tech overall. The problem is Texas Tech blows out everyone, and none of their guys are optimal, it seems. Like
why do they blow everyone out in that conference? It's such a good conference.
I call the Big Ten a good conference. I don't call the Big 12 a good conference.
About a month ago, you were stroking off to BYU, and like you were hard. You were very hard.
Yeah, because like UC and BYU, Utah, and Texas Tech.
You've simmered a little bit on a few of those teams.
Yeah, I'll claim 4 of the teams. Give me TCU and Josh Hoover, right? Teams that would finish above 500 in the SEC. But Cameron Dickey, Jacoby Williams splitting the time. They got Baron Morton, who can target any of his main wide receivers. I mean, they got like 4 or 5 guys who can catch a ball. This is the frustrating part, Bruce, right? Like Tech always has a great team total. The problem is getting them right. And then with West Virginia, I mean, are you really clicking on anyone's name there against Tech here?
Yeah, and I think they want to keep everybody healthy here as well. They just want to win this game. The pace is really good for both teams. Both teams go pretty quick, but I don't think they want to get Baron Morton injured here. He's the only quarterback really they have left, and West Virginia kind of sneaky puts pressure on the passer. So I could see them running it a ton here in this game with Williams and Dickey. And Dickey is just playing so well this season. So I think he has a big game along with Williams, and maybe Mangone comes in the third and fourth quarter and just absolutely nukes. So yeah, I think it's a big game for the run on the run side of things for Texas Tech. I can't see myself playing much of this West Virginia team. They just haven't looked great. I guess Bowers is going to start at running back for them at 4,200. Catches the ball decent out of the backfield, but man, Texas Tech's defense has just been too solid. So I think it's the running backs for me. I don't mind Douglas Virgil, who absolutely nuked last slate he was on, and Carter as one-offs, but I don't love that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I was really kicking myself a lot last week, Bruce, not with the Mylan Graham thing. I thought that was Ryan Day just being whatever. But I was really mad that playing Julian Sand last week, when they got a big game next week, that he's already banged up with a rolled ankle and stuff. Same thing with Baron Morton, right? Like if they're up 30, like Baron Morton's not going to – like what? He didn't play the second half of a game just a couple weeks ago, right? Yep. I'm not stacking up the quarterback, at all from this team. And Big D, like – just blowout risk at this point, and it's more apparent when you're going against a terrible team the week before conference championship, right?
You're all about the rest. You probably love the NBA guys sitting. You're so soft, Rubio. Like you didn't want Burrow to come back. You wanted him to rest up. Whoa! Let the boys play. These guys are athletes. Like, don't worry about your boy saying out there. He'll be fine. He needs to get in rhythm for this Michigan game. But I agree with what you guys. You're not playing any West Virginia guys. Texas Tech's good. What are they in the rankings? Like the official rankings?
I think they're 5, right?
Wait, I thought they moved up to 4.
Maybe
4 or 5, either one. Because there's 3 undefeated teams, right?
Yeah, they are they're behind Georgia still. That's a disgrace. That is a disgrace from the CFP to put Texas Tech behind a 1-loss.
Nothing tilts me more than you talking about the SEC. It is.
You gotta give brutal. 2 SEC teams a bye so they can have 2 to the quarters instead of getting whooped on in the playoff there.
Is the system jacked up again this year though? Like last year, like all the shitty teams got buys and all the good teams they made it like that again.
Nah, they made it less jacked up.
They actually give the good teams the buys this year. It's not like Arizona State with a bye and
to be fair,
Notre Dame and whoever else.
To be fair, having the 5 seed is basically like having a bye if you're getting North Texas or JMU.
That's the only stupid part about the playoff. It's like you get some of these teams get just the dumbest draws ever.
What was it? The Tulane coach or whatever said we don't deserve a playoff spot.
It's true. It's just stupid how they need to just go 16 and make it where there's no buys. Like everyone plays the same amount. Oh all that nonsense. But this game, I mean, same thing with all Texas Tech games for me. It's Dickey, it's Williams. Williams is going to probably be more popular, I'm sure, just because he's always way cheaper. But they both have upside. But you got to pick which one you're going to play. You're not going to get late game action. You could get 30 by halftime, though, easy. So I don't know. I won't have much of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great DFS game at all. The game that I was referring to, though, just straight up was the UCF game. They played 2 weeks ago. They were up 38-2 at halftime. In that second half, I don't think
is that a scoregami? 38-2
at halftime. It had to be, right? There's no way. How do you get a safety out of that? Our guy Adam Hill had 6 carries in that second half and stuff.
Mangone?
Gross. Yeah, I mean, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 guys had a carry in that game. It's just kind of gross, man. They didn't throw I don't know if they threw a pass. Oh, they did. Okay. Yeah, Morton didn't.
You don't need to throw many passes when you can just run it every play. It makes it easy.
The backup had 17 throws. I looked at that wrong, so it was good stuff. All right. What is it? Oh, it's a Brendan Sorsby slate. Who would have thought?
Can we get the scroller with some updated odds down at the bottom? I want to see the update. There you go.
Wait, hold on. That's wrong. Sorry, guys. I gotta
update it even more.
Yeah, I gotta update that one. All right. Sorry. Again, I didn't mean to have the wrong information up there. All right. So Brendan Sorsby Heisman odds have dropped significantly. But to me, there's still value. What if he throws for 100 touchdowns in this game? You're getting almost 45.
Look at all the extra zeros you had. I just looked.
It's over. UC's defense has not been great down the stretch here. They did get the BYU game last week. You know what? They competed, right? That's all that can be said. They actually played a little bit.
You've gone from Heisman Trophy to moral victories. I love it.
They competed against BYU. Sure, LJ Martin had 222 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns, but they competed. TCU does have, a little bit of a running back situation, but it should be Jeremy Payne getting the bulk of the carries, right, Bruce? He'll be the guy this week to kind of lead the line. And then UC's sake, TCU's defense is not great. But again, what's the problem with Sorsby every time? Targets like 8 different dudes. Really hard to stack him up. Bruce, talk to me about some UC and Brendan Sorsby Heisman odds.
Yeah, I think I'm off the Heisman train for Sorsby as of about 6 weeks ago.
About week 1 of the year.
But yeah, this is a good matchup for him. I mean, TCU's defense has not been great. They give up a ton of explosive pass plays. So, maybe these receivers can do a little something this week. Maybe he can hit somebody in stride for once. Cyrus Allen, 6K is a little expensive for me, but the volume is going to be there every week. So, and then you have Eric McAllister on the other side, 7,900. Hoover's just been so bad, last few weeks, and man, it's tough to play these receivers with them. But Cincinnati has had some issues on defense. They held BYU down pretty well, through the air, and you mentioned LJ Martin just absolutely went off. So yeah, I don't mind Payne if you're going to play somebody 5,100 for him. In a great spot. Since he's given up 25 DraftKings points per game to running backs. John Denman also at 4K. Kind of been playing a lot more here down the stretch with Barnes out, and he looks the part. I think he looks like a good running back here in the future for sure. I think he's interesting, and then you got to consider the Cincy running backs too. They're both cheap. Evan Pryor and Walker. Walker started last week, and it's a good spot for them. So, I mean, it's just always tough to play Cincy. They spread it out so much. With TCU, at least, it's going to go to McAllister, Dwyer, or Manjack. So, I'd prefer to stack those guys up, but it's just another game where I don't want to stack it up. I kind of want to one-off it with like a McAllister, or Dwyer, or Manjack. Or maybe even Sorsby here. It's just kind of a theme for today. I don't love any of these games other than maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense there. And last week, we liked a few games, and it was ended up being what Vandy and what Texas were the two teams that have, even with Memphis or was not Memphis. God, who was it? It was UConn. The UConn game going off as much as it did. Big T. I mean, Cincinnati's been one of the tougher teams to stack all year, but McAllister, I believe he's number one in target share. I got to double check that, but on this slate, 7,900 might be a tad steep, but we got the value to play him.
Yeah, he's not a tad expensive when his projection is just a monster. It's just a behemoth. It's way bigger than other receivers. So he's just a monster. Hoover sucks, but at least he's 6,600. I like where they're cheaper. And then you got Dwyer is a little expensive, but Manjack again. We talk about him every week. Only 4,200 is a nice projection for Manjack. And this Cincinnati game, I love that it's at TCU too instead of Cincy. The weather's got to be better at TCU than it is here. I think this game's a sneaky game stack though. I'm kind of with you guys where there's options. Sorsby is going to be unowned on this slate. It's just the same problem as always. You don't have to who to play with them, but you still get the same luxury. All of these guys are cheap. Goody 3,900, Jennings 35, Royer 35, even Caldwell I guess is 41, but same difference. You just have cheap options to throw in there. I think it's $25 tomorrow on DraftKings, so the price is up for that main contest, but I don't see any issue whatsoever stacking this game up a little bit and going with it. I feel pretty good about it, actually. But McAllister might be a lock for me no matter what I do. Just a big, huge projection. Great matchup versus Cincy. Hoover stinks, like I said, but McAllister, just a beast.
You know why Hoover stinks? It's probably because he's not going to be back at TCU. He's mentally checked out. He's going to lead Miami, Florida to a national championship next year. That's exactly where his mind's at. He's going to transfer for millions, despite being absolutely trash over the last 3-4 weeks or so. He's going to transfer to a big time school, probably make about $6 million NIL, and he's going to ball out. He's going to ball out with Malachi Toney next year. Zero sources or connections to even think that, but that's my bold call. He's going to transfer to a big school and ball out. Mizzou in Arkansas. Well, we saw the Arkansas defense last week. The difference is it's not really a prolific offense this week for Mizzou. Prabula, is he back this week, Bruce? We get some Prabula back in the mix. You get Kevin Coleman then at a really cheap 4,700 tag if that's the case. Ahmad Hardy there at 7,500. Jamal Roberts at 5K. And then obviously, you've been a fan of, this Arkansas offense at times. Mike Washington has been good. Was Taylon Green, was he injured last game, Bruce? Is that why the other quarterback got a few throws in there? I didn't watch it per se. I was kind of watching every Texas drive, but I did not see a single Arkansas offensive drive.
Yeah, he got banged up a little bit. The other quarterback actually looked really good. I watched all of it. Till the end, not many Texas games this year where we've actually just blown people out, and I can watch it without without hate watching. Something to watch for is his status, but I think he's probably in. If not, this other quarterback KJ Jackson looked good running the football and passing, so. It wouldn't hurt the offense too much if Taylor were out. The big thing in this game is the running backs. I think you want to play one of Ahmad Hardy or Jamal Roberts in most of your lineups just because it's a smash spot. We saw what Hardy did against Ole Miss a couple weeks ago. It might have been last week, and just absolutely smashed them. This is an even better spot. One or both of those guys could nuke here. Kevin Coleman, like you said, 4,700 for him. Got 10 targets last week. Just a stud. I like playing him every week, and Arkansas is giving up the most explosive pass plays on the slate. It's a great spot for him. I don't mind the freshman receiver Donovan O. I'm not going to attempt to say his last name, but he's 4,300, and he's been playing very well too. Big play guy. You have Blake and Sharp on the Arkansas side, definitely in play as well. And Big Mike Washington, I think he's he's a great play at 6,200. He's going to have some ownership, but yeah, he's a very solid play.
Perbulo did play last week, and I completely X'd
Mhm.
out Mizzou basically, and I never even realized or checked the box score that he actually went in that one. And you're
Yeah.
right. 2 weeks ago, Ahmad Hardy's stat line 25 for 303. It's pretty good. He's
Mhm.
pretty good there. Big T, a projection very similar to the likes of Eric McAllister. What are you doing with Hardy at a nut spot?
Yeah. I mean, we just saw Arkansas. Like you guys said, it's rough. I like McAllister a significant amount more than Hardy, but I just don't think I'm as high on Missouri as much as other people would be. They are favored. I don't know. It's just something about the team that I just don't like when I watch them. They do have nice projections, though. I mean, Perbola's cheap, and you got these receivers. I mean, Kevin Coleman at 4,700. It has to be the most mispriced guy on the slate. I mean, he's going to be chalky, but he's just mispriced at 4,700. So you got to take advantage of mispriced guys. I mean, Joshua Manning looks cheap. Another issue with Hardy, too, is Jamal Roberts. I feel like it's just enough work that it makes it annoying. But, I mean, I like all these guys. Arkansas's defense has been bad. You can definitely go there. And then the Arkansas side, Taylor Green finally down to 6,900. How many snaps did this KJ Jackson guy get? Did you say it or no?
Yeah, he got more than half, 52%.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough spot. And yeah, Mike Washington. I always like Mike Washington. He hasn't really come through for me that many times, but I still like how he plays. I like this matchup at home versus Mizzou. I don't know. It's tough though. Raylan Sharp looks too cheap, 4,300. But who's the quarterback? There's just a lot of ifs with Arkansas that I don't love. But this isn't one of my favorite games.
Makes sense there. You're exactly right. Coleman, Hardy, Washington, probably the three main guys. And then, as you said, Donovan O. A nice little tournament option there, 4,300. Doesn't feel like we got too many nut receivers who are cheap like previous weeks, right? Like it definitely feels like value, at least in these first half of the games, is a little bit weaker for the most part. It's not going to get any better here. Oklahoma, LSU. The Oklahoma defense is great. Mr. Topanga played pretty well last week, but again, 6,200 is a pretty high tag. Van Buren, I mean, my goodness. Look at all these LSU guys, too. 52, 51, 53, 41. Like, it's not like they're cheap for the most part outside of Van Buren. Bruce, this game is gross. I don't have a lot of love at all in it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Satania is probably the only one I really want outside of him. I think I just want to move on. I definitely don't want to play Mateer. I just coming into the year, I didn't have much faith in him, and the receivers with Van Buren. I can't do it. I guess you can play Deion Burks at 3,900. Finally, coming down to about where he should be. He got 8 targets last week, but it's just a bad game. What's the total? It's 36.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gross. So yeah, I think it's Satania for me, and that's about it.
Yep, I am probably with you. Big T, have to imagine you're agreeing with the 36 of that.
The easiest fade of the day. I mean, here, yeah, you can play Topanga. I mean, you can play a few of these guys, but the way I build in college, I mean, I'm not playing anyone in this game for sure. So I'll move us along.
Last week was like the most nutted week ever to overstat games, right? Like where you just go full Vandy, full Texas, you would have printed and then had like one.
And UConn too, like the UConn game, you would have crushed if you. Yep. I mean, last week we crushed again. Like we've crushed on this show the last 5-6 weeks. We really haven't had that many bad weeks. And last week, the crazy part was I did pretty good, and I didn't have either one of those game stacks. That's what's great about college. It's what sucks, and it's what's great because like my team was awesome, but I had no chance to win because it was a polar opposite of the spend up quarterback, cheap receiver. I played 4 spend up receivers. The best build was the cheap guy, and we talked about it on the show. The Texas guys, those 3,900 and 34 or 3K. Livingston was 3K. So, I mean, there's so many ways you can skin a cat in college football. It could be a game stack or it's the best. It's the best fantasy sport.
100%. This time, it's Penn State going into Rutgers here, and Katron Allen back-to-back weeks with 25 carries, back-to-back weeks with 2 touchdowns, and 341 yards on the ground combined in those games. One of the best projections on the entire slate from Bruce. Then we also got, was it Nicholas Singleton at 6,400? His carries kind of weighing at 10 or 7 the last couple of weeks, right? 17 combined or something like that. Grunkemeyer is 5,400. I mean, value kind of sucks on this slate. I'm not gonna lie. At least I haven't seen the value open up yet. I might be tempted to, touch the stove with a really bad quarterback this week, and either Grunk or even my guy Ethan Kaliakmanis at 5K. I don't know. Where's the value gonna come from, Bruce?
I think I would rather play Grunkemeyer than Kaliakmanis, but yeah, it just feels really gross quarterback wise. Rutgers has given up 31 DraftKings points per game to quarterbacks, and I think let's see what's at the running backs 29. They're just a bad defense. Anybody could score big against them. It's such a good spot for offense every single week. I had to project. I had to knock Singleton's projection down manually a little bit just because he's probably going to get maybe 10 carries or so, and I think it had him near like 125 or something like that, which is crazy. But he can do that. He's a big play guy. I do like Allen and Singleton both here. Singleton should smash, even if it is for a half. It's just one of the best spots on the slate for sure. Rutgers is going to be trailing here, and they have 2 really good receivers, and it is at home. Even if their quarterback stinks, they should be able to score pretty well, and they're both under 6K. And Ian Strong 5,800, KJ Duff at 5,400, and Penn State's not been as solid as they've been in years past on defense. So I do like these guys. I didn't want to play them against Ohio State a few weeks back when Bo Jackson went off, but this is a much better spot, especially at home. I got to check on weather here, but I think it's okay. I think Strong is probably my favorite of the 2, but yeah, it's a good game for the running backs for sure. I love Allen here. Probably a lock in most of my lineups if I can.
Love it. Big T, what do you think about Penn State Rutgers?
So you always have games where the pricing just dictates it. And like you said, there's not really that many values that you love. Both quarterbacks in this game are super cheap, and the total's somewhat big. Penn State, they lost to Indiana, and then they played good that game. They should have won. And then they played great the next 2 weeks. I forget who they played each week, but they played good the next 2 weeks. So they got a nice run going. But you want to talk about a sleepy spot. They had all the expectations coming into the year, one of the top teams, one of the top quarterbacks, all the stuff. They were Final Four last year. They were everything was coming up Penn State, and then it all went bad. They kind of built it back up. And I just think this is like a crazy sleepy spot where you can lean into these prices a little bit for Rutgers. Exactly what you guys were saying, where Zach Galifianakis or whatever I called him, 5K, and you get these receivers, 5,400 and 5,800. These guys are good. So how I look at it always is if you can game stack it up and just see a path to victory, I like it. And that's definitely the case here. You got a double stack there, and then you got Grunkemeyer with Pena. I mean, Pena is one of the better values on the whole slate. I actually don't like the running games as much just because the split duty and the prices are up there. I mean, the prices are high for these guys. So I actually like the opposite, Grunkemeyer and Pena, like a 9,700 for both of them. I love Pena on this slate. I think Pena is an awesome value play, along with Coleman, 4,700 from Mizzou, 2 of my favorite values of the whole slate. So I actually like this game. I think Rutgers hangs with them. I think this game is a shootout, and I think it's closer than people think.
Yeah, my only fear with that is just like Penn State threw the ball 12 times to the 40 rushes they had last game, right?
You can't let them get that big lead.
Yeah, that's exactly it, right? But if it does stay close, like that's where the run backs could make sense. Where you just kind of like maybe Rutgers jumps out early or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
what
not-
happens when Rutgers goes up 14 somehow early?
Yeah, it's in Rutgers too, right? Like that's the big thing. Right? So I mean, they can keep it close. We know Duff and Strong, two of the better wide receiver, one of the better wide receiver pairings in the country there. So I mean, it's got potential without a doubt. I mean, I can get on board with especially with how cheap those quarterbacks are.
When's Notre Dame play this week?
Do they even play?
Are they all?
Yeah, I think they play.
Stanford.
I
Great.
think Jeremiah Love is like really close to some record or something, and so I was going to play him whatever slate he was on, but I don't know what.
It's 10:30, man. It's a late night game.
Okay.
That is, yeah, it's Stanford too, so that'll be over pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Is this the last full week of games, or is there one more?
We got conference championships next week. So
And then Army Navy the week after. So there's only you're done basically. We're bowl season.
Yeah, but it's here. It's almost December, and we get Diego Pavia absolutely balling out at 9,600 for the last few weeks. It's tough because we don't have the value. It's not like I can just.
You hated him too. I'm calling. You had all the good takes and a lot of things. You hated Pavia. You were like making fun of him for his Heisman and all the other little chirping you were doing, and now the dude's just dry shoving. What's his Heisman odds? Seriously, is he dead for it?
I thought everyone was dead except Simpson, Mendoza, and Sayan a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Pavia should win the Heisman. Pavia is the best college football player in the country. I'll say it.
I was laughing last night. I was reading Navy news because I was trying to get the details on their team, and they presented the Navy quarterback with Heisman nomination appreciation or something like that. Like he's actually gonna win it.
I love that. I love that. Support our troops, baby.
Yeah.
Go Navy, beat Army, right?
Yeah.
I gotta say this though about Diego Pavia. Have you seen his mom on the sideline? I know. Yeah. She goes crazy on the sidelines.
She wins the Heisman.
I mean, I think she'd be more deserving than some of these other guys. Let's look. Diego Pavia is now plus 550 for the Heisman. Mendoza.
I think he's Bruce. Who's a better college football player than Diego Pavia? Not NFL, not anything. Who's a better college football player than him?
Caleb Love.
I've always liked Jackson Dart's mom more than Diego Pavia's mom. If we're gonna
I like Luca's mom.
Luca's mom is up there. I mean, with Jackson Dart's mom.
Did you see Bruce's face light up there?
Kind of one too. Yeah. Kind of one too. Yeah, I do like watching Pavia every week. When it comes to like pure entertainment value, he's up there. I think
he's only 550 to win the Heisman. I actually thought it'd be higher. He might actually win the thing.
Yeah, Love's up there too. I love watching him play too. He's made some crazy runs this season, and he's electric.
Do they consider the conference championship games, Bruce?
I don't think so. I think the votes are in before then, but I could be wrong.
All right, let me look that up real quick. Because I kind of want to know this, because if so, the Heisman vote deadline is okay. So they do consider the conference.
Well, they do. Okay.
That Mendoza line doesn't make sense then, because I think he's out with a loss against Ohio State.
The Mendoza line, that's the 200. That's good.
You know what? I didn't realize it when I said it, but minus 105. That's gross. I would rather have Pavia at plus 550. I'll be honest.
Is Pavia third?
I mean, I know he's fourth. He's behind Jeremiah Love and Julian Sayin.
They'll probably just give it. They should give it to. I should bet Pavia. I actually think Pavia might win it. The more I think about it,
especially in a game where it's Tennessee and Vandy, arguably the best game on the entire slate.
Like when he just nukes and they win at Tennessee and he's doing the Heisman pose. Like I think he's got a chance, and I think they beat Tennessee. So I like that bet.
It is funny because they are dogs in this one, right? So this could be factoring in like a loss and he's out too. A win could easily put him into like the plus 200 range, like without a doubt. Like, just not even SEC bias aside or whatever. I think it's a good bet because I think Vandy takes it too. And
look, those guys ahead of them all have some sort of weaknesses in it. Like they're not nothing's full set.
And Texas, sorry if I'm lagging there. I realize that when you got Chrome up, when you're looking up too many things, it can lead to bad things for your computer.
Uses a lot of memory. Yeah.
Yeah, Diego Pavia, mom, Luka Doncic, mom. Yeah, all these moms. Let's X out of those real quick. Now we're back to normal here, but really it's Saberson commanding all the usage. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this game though, Bruce. I mean, Pavia, Stowers didn't have a great week last week, but they didn't need him, right? And it was a lot of Trey Richardson. It was just, I mean, he had some massive plays. Then Junior Sherrill had a really big game there, 5,400 too. And then obviously Tennessee plays an extremely fast pace. What do you think about this game?
Why'd you turn into like a sheriff or something, like an Old West sheriff?
I fumbled over it bad, I really did fumble it.
And real gooners know that you got to use edge when you're looking up, opening tons of tabs. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
why do you have to say gooners, man? Gosh, man.
You gotta open edge, man. You gotta use it.
Bruce is out of pocket now. Someone can take this
show. But yeah, this should be a good game. I think it's probably one of the better on the day. It's 65.5 total. Tennessee's favored by 3 at last I looked. So the Vandy defense has been terrible. Pavia's so good. When playing from behind too. We saw it in the Texas game. Him scrambling around in the backfield, making plays to Stowers and his receivers. So it should be a really good game. I have Pavia projected way up there at 33. So he's a great play, of course. Aguiar at 25 and 25 DK. I've also projected pretty high. Just a great game environment. I know Bishop was a little banged up for Tennessee last week, but I think he should be good to go. He's gonna have some ownership as well, just because their offensive line has been so good this year. When you play the passing offense for Tennessee, most of the time their running game goes off. That's just the way it goes most of the time with them. But I do like the running game. If I don't have a ton of the passing game, Brazel, Staley, Mike Matthews, and even Ethan Davis at 3,800. I thought he played really well, the tight end. I thought he looked really good against Florida last week, and he's a great value play, especially if we're looking for value on the slate. Stowers at 6,500 is up there, but especially if you think they're trailing, he's gonna play a big part in trying to come back. And Sherrill, like you mentioned, at 5,400. Just one of the better game environments of the week, and the total kind of shows that.
Yeah, honest to God, I kind of all in on Diego Pavia. I'm just looking at this stuff. Like, right, how do you fade him? Because if they're winning, he still scores. If they're losing, he still scores. And we don't have a ton of value. And we didn't really mention him a ton. I think you mentioned him in passing, Bruce, but it's like Keelan Marion, right? 3,400. I'm just trying to find guys who I can make sure to fit Diego Pavia in my lineup, because the last thing I want to do is watch that fucker hit the Heisman pose when they're 42 to 38. And I'm sitting there and like, that was the easiest play of the slate, because it really does feel like that, Big T, that if I fade Pavia, I'm just being an idiot.
It's really hard. And you look at, so what now? He's gone. Hold on, let me pull it up. The freaking college game logs are always super slow.
Yeah, always.
Always. There's just so many.
I got it right here. Do you want me to present it to you?
52, 50, 40, the last 3 versus decent enough teams. I mean, Kentucky's decent, Auburn's decent. Even though Rubio hates all the SEC teams, Texas, I mean, just monsters. And then you got a 34, 35 projection. I don't know how you fade it. The only way you fade it is if you just flip the build and just go with those cheap quarterbacks, like we said, and go up. The nice part about college, you always have options because there's always huge projections. The hard part for me in this game is just how good it looks. I don't see a way this thing's not shooting out in Tennessee. And you have these price points, especially on the Tennessee side, more so than the Vandy side. I mean, you got Ethan Davis at 3,800 is just a crazy, easy price point. It almost goes with, who was the other guy I was looking at? I don't have them up, but there was someone 3,500 or somewhere in there too that I like. But you got a couple cheap guys, and I like Braylon Staley a lot too.
Mhm.
He didn't have a good week last week. He's even a little overpriced, so I think he comes in like crazy low owned. But to double stack up Aguilar, Ethan Davis gives you nice salary relief. Braylon Staley. And then on the Vandy side, Stowers had a bad game, but I still love him. He's going to be low owned. I think this whole game, besides Pavia, is low owned. So I think you stack it up. And I love this game. I mean, everyone's going to like this game, but I love this game. And a lot of these guys, Junior Sherrill's going to be low owned, Stowers low owned, Richardson low owned. You can even go with a 3,100 Cole Spence. Not quite a 3K shitter, but close enough. I love this game. I think it'll be a shootout.
They've done so well the last like today and yesterday and tomorrow's slate. The prices are so good. Like it's really tough. They didn't give me any 3K shitters today. Like I couldn't find one single one that I wanted to play. And then yeah, it's prices just got so good this weekend. Whoever did it this weekend hasn't been doing it for sure.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely on it, and yeah, this game's coming in low owned, like lower owned than it should be.
Mhm.
I don't get it, man. Like, what do we need to see? What do we need to see from Vandy? A Vandy team that gave up 38 to Auburn, a Vandy team that continually pours it on too when they're up. Like they're literally trying to give Diego Pavia the Heisman. I mean, there's no other reason why he played that last drive against UK to score, right? Like it's unreal. Like, yeah, I'm full shoving. Give me all the Stowers. Give me all the Brazel, Staley. Obviously Pavia stacks with Richardson and Sherrill are in the mix too with obviously Stowers and stuff. I just wish like Tennessee didn't play like Bishop and Thomas. I wish I could commit to one, but that's my only complaint with that game, right? Like Peyton Lewis will score when I commit to one of those running backs. Like that's just the way it goes with them. But great game. I'm all over it. We'll go from that thrilling SEC affair to an even more thrilling Big Ten affair. Oregon taking on Washington. There isn't much to like about Oregon. Noah Whittington is going to be the guy when it matters. The problem is, like they still give the ball to Davison a little bit. Then De'Aaron Hill was getting carries late on. I know Whittington got the bulk of the carries, Bruce, but still they want to use three guys at all times. Williams at 7,500 might not be the worst. Kenny and Sadiq, your play of the day last week, Big T, he paid off well. But Bruce, I don't get excited about this one. What do you think?
Yeah, both the Big T's plays went off. DeAndre Moore went off
right.
as well. So yeah, he scored 3 times after I didn't see him the whole year. So that was a hell of a call. But yeah, Oregon running game is probably the best part of this one for me. Whittington, he's priced up. Davison is 13 rushing touchdowns this year is just elite. They always put him in at the goal line. It seems like they're either running him or throwing to Sadiq. So either of those guys are in play. Sadiq's just a monster. So it's definitely tough to fade him. I thought Malik Benson's kind of looked good the last couple of weeks. I don't mind him. But on the other side, I just don't have any faith in Washington to do anything here. I guess you could make a case for Damon Williams a little bit just because he runs. Usage is high. He's going to be low owned, so I don't mind that. But yeah, the game's going to be terrible. I think a lot of running by Oregon, they're able to do it successfully.
When's the Corian Moore going to return, Bruce? Is he going to return soon?
Yeah, there's rumors that he's done for the year. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
That just neuters this offense a little bit. That's why I can't get excited. Kenyon Sadiq, though, top 16 pick in the NFL draft right now is projected. Big T, you were on him last week. You're going to be on him this week at 5K. It's pretty cheap relative to everyone else.
Yeah, he's just a beast. He didn't honestly have that great of a game last week. He's just solid. He's just good. Like he just caught 2 tutties, I think. He had a solid game. He could have done even more though. Like they spread it around a ton. I'm going to struggle with this game though. It's on the road. It's a rivalry game. The prices, I like Jamari Johnson again. He always sticks out to me just because of that price. 3,400. It's just those low 3Ks. You're going to need a little bit of that range. And I just love the upside. Yeah, they don't have a floor, but he's going to be 1% owned. He just sticks out to me as a good play, Jamari Johnson. I don't know. It's probably more of a short slate type thing. And I'm used to having Oregon on a lot of the night slates and stuff like that. But I don't know. He just sticks out, throwing it out there with no value out there. Jamari Johnson. Washington, there's no way I'm playing anyone versus Oregon. The prices aren't good at all. Yeah, no, I don't need any Washington on this slate.
Jamari Johnson last 4 weeks, 3 catches, 4 catches, 4 catches. Big T with the value as limited as it is. If he were to get a touchdown and get me 15, I'd bite your hand off for that. So I'll throw him into the mix easily. You just have to even look. What have we seen every single time? These 3K wide receivers, 4K wide receivers that go off. DeAndre Moore was the example of it last week. Trey Richardson as well. You get these guys at super low ownership. I know those guys nuked, right? But like at the end of the day, like
every week, some of them nuke though. You just got to figure out which ones.
And I need it with Pavia. I need it. Like we need value this week. And like Bruce said, pricing has been extremely tight, which is good. I think it makes us think a lot more. It's a lot easier than jamming in the same 8 plays as everyone else. So yeah, it's nice, right? Like I like that Jamari Johnson call to get a little bit different. This game should have been left off the slate because it's a 4:30 start time. That's kind of aggravates me a little bit.
They always freaking do this? It drives me nuts.
I would have been happy with a 10-game slate. Like we didn't need this game.
No one needs it, and then the slate doesn't end until 9 p.m. every time. It's like it's so annoying.
I mean, the worst part too is like there's viable guys in this game, right? Like DJ Lagway is 5,400. Jaden Ball is 7K, right? Like those are 2 decent plays. Deuce Robinson, the big, lengthy. He's like the new Johnny Wilson, right? I was like, finally, I was like watching. Like, we love playing Johnny Wilson. Like, I'll never hate on playing Deuce Robinson. Vernal Brown the third is 5,300 here. I mean, it's not like a sexy game, Bruce, but there's definitely pieces from it that you can play, right?
Yeah, you have to at least consider it. I like Ball a lot. At his price point, he's going to have some ownership for sure. He looked good against Tennessee too. Got 86% of the snaps, and this FSU defense has been not great. So have to at least consider him. He made this crazy spin move last week while Tennessee was just dominating them. But he's still playing hard, which you like to see, and it's a good matchup, I think. So I think he can have a good game. Just you're not playing these FSU running backs. Just too many of them. 5 guys got carries last week, and just tough to play any of them. Chroma is definitely the most talented, but they just don't give him carries. It's ridiculous. I just don't understand. I don't mind Randy Pittman Jr. at 3,800. If Florida State's scoring, he's going to score one at least. They put him at a wildcat quarterback a lot of the time, and let him run those 1-yard touchdowns in. So if they get on the goal line, he's just great value there. Receiver for Florida for sure. J. Michael Sturdivant 4,300. Vernell Brown at 5,300 is solid, and then Deuce Robinson. At least 8 targets 4 weeks in a row. 38% target share is just too good on the slate to pass up. That volume's there every single week, and it seems like he scores more often than not. So I like the Lagway price. Do I like the Lagway play? Not as much. He's tough to watch for sure. I think if you play him, you're playing a receiver because he's just not running that much. And I just would rather play Ball over him anyway. But when value's hard to come by, it definitely makes you think of things you wouldn't think of usually, which gets you into trouble sometimes. But it's maddening they put this game on the slate, but there's some decent values there at least.
Yeah, absolutely decent values, but again, 4:30 slate or 4:30 game on a noon slate lock. It's disgusting. Big T. Pieces from this game, like Bruce mentioned. Anyone else that you're on?
Yeah, I love the little mini stack of Ball and Deuce Robinson. Deuce Robinson has to be one of the best receivers of the slate. He's just a beast. Every single week he produces, like Bruce was saying. Just those are the guys you love to play in college, where you know exactly what you're going to get. They have upside, but they also have a floor. Their price point isn't great, or isn't too bad. I mean, not I said it backwards, but Ball too just looks like a beast at 7K. So I like the mini stack. You can play Lagway. I always like to have options though with my quarterback, even when they're cheap, unless they're just a full runner, which he's not. And these receivers are just tough. The dude from the Sturdivant, was he from Cal or whatever? I shouldn't even be saying from anymore. We're at the end of the year.
Week 14.
It's how I associate it in my head of where they come from, but I don't know. I don't love this game. I'm with Rubio. I wish this game wasn't on the slate, but I do like those two plays though. Deuce Robinson and Baugh, both just awesome plays on this slate.
Yeah, I like it. I don't really got anything much to add there. I mean, Deuce Robinson been fun to play this year. I mean, without a doubt.
So good.
Yeah, I like betting his props too. Just for old time's sake, because we're not going to get too many Florida State slates the rest of the way, right? So it's might be a last chance saloon to get another prop bet in on him. All right, guys. Last week we stipulated the low owned, right? The cheap one, right? Should I make us do that again? I mean, that's how we found it. DeAndre Moore one from Big T, right?
You did force me into it a little bit. I don't know. This week's going to be even harder, but
I kind of want to bend the arm a little bit, bend it back. Like I want to go below Kevin Coleman, too. Right? I want to go below that disgusting.
I mean, Kevin Coleman's cheating. You can't use him.
He's one of the easiest play. I'm going to make us do it one more time. I'll have a regular play of the day, then a sub 4,500 play of the day, which so that way people can, if they're building 3 lineups or so, they can have some values. I am dead last in plays of the day this year, working out well. I'm going to try and redeem myself. The last couple of weeks have been pretty bad. So, here's the hope, and it goes well now. Mylan Graham last week had like one snap in the first 3 quarters. It was fun stuff. Bruce, you look like you're ready. You look poised. You look confident. You look very secure in your plays of the day. What do you got for us, Bruce?
Man, I wish I had some better guys under 4,500 that were in play, but I think I'll go. I'm thinking I'm going to steal this from Tony too.
I only got one guy, so you're probably going to take him because there's only one dude on the board.
Man, I'm going to go with Raylan Sharp at 4,300. I know Big T is going to pick Ethan Davis, so
he's my only guy on the team.
I'll leave that for him. I like him too a lot.
He's literally my only guy on my whole sheet. If you took him, I was gonna just throw literally a total random in there.
Just turn off your camera and go away. Yeah.
So,
and I get a pie chart for Ethan Davis.
Raylan Sharp and Ethan Davis, the 2 cheap plays of the day from Bruce and Big T. I mean, it's hard to get away from that game, right? That's like the number one thing. I'll give people like a 3K. I think Keelan Marion's had, great weeks, consecutive weeks and stuff, even with, the situation there where, obviously Beck looked good last week, but Malachi Toney had a huge workload, 12 catches last week. Was Marion still got the job done enough? Keelan Marion at 3,400 would be my cheap one of the week. All right, regular plays of the day now. Bruce, what do you got?
Man, I think regular play of the day, I'm going to go with one of these Tennessee receivers. Since Tony took Ethan Davis from me, I'm going to go Braylon Staley for 5,900.
Braylon Staley. You can tell that we're all going to be stacking this game up nicely.
Yeah.
And don't worry. I'm going to go really chalky with mine if Big T doesn't take it because we just gave out some low-owned cheap guys, right? So, it's fun. Big T, play of the day.
I mean, I was because I love the people and the stuff, but it's all going to sync together anyways. I was literally going to say, when you came to me in the beginning, I was going to say, since it's the end of the year, I'm going to just give a little stack. And I was going to give Pavia and Aguilar and Staley and my 3,800 guy, which was Ethan Davis. I was going to give a 4-man core as my play of the day. That was really the only direction I was even considering. So Bruce wanted one, gave another. I'll just say that the double stack of those quarterbacks, Pavia and Aguilar. So a little four-man. So it's not a true play, but I think you can start any team you make with those 4 guys, and it gives you. I mean, what salary is even left with those 4?
You actually have more than I thought. Like more than you realize if you have a cheap guy in there. Well, especially with Ethan Davis there, right? So you're gonna have more, and you're gonna be able to jam in my play of the day, which is Katron Allen.
You're going back to him, going back to the well.
I love Katron Allen, but the 25 carries back-to-back weeks, right? That's the big thing. It's Rutgers. He's going to run for 150. Can he get in the box 3 times? He absolutely can. I need a stud running back, and we already have all these wide receivers. Stauer is the most expensive wide receiver in that game, right? The Vandy, Tennessee one. So yeah, I mean, it's easy to fit in a top price running back, and I know it's chalky, but we'll do it that way. I like that starting point. I like these stacks that we just have right now.
If you play Pavia, Katron, Staley, Davis, Sharp, and Aguilar, you got $5K for your last 2 spots. I think you can work with that.
Raylan Sharp in there too. You get him mixed in a little bit. It's the lineups are much better than I would have thought stacking up that Vandy game. All honesty.
You still struggle a little bit because running back, like when you go to actual running back, I mean, it's tough to save at running back. Maybe we'll get some value tomorrow, though. You never know when something pops up. But you look, and there's not value at running back, even with $5K for our last 2 spots.
That is true.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough, really. We're going to have to punt 1 more spot still, even though it seems like we got a lot of salary.
The TCU games where or not TCU, the Baylor games where I'm at with that one. Just like that's who I had in my lineup is Bryson Washington and stuff.
Yeah. You love Bryson Washington. Oh my God, you love this guy.
You didn't disarm that situation when we talked about that game.
I kind of did. I told you it was single digits, like 8 straight weeks. That's a disalarm.
Is it 8 straight weeks? But before that,
but last year he crushed last year.
In 2024, that guy was a dog, right? But yeah, it's good stuff. Bruce. Big T.
I bet we get some value tomorrow, anyways. Too.
Yeah,
something will pop up.
Like Riscano last week.
That was a good that call right there. That's what got me last week. That thing was good because I needed one with all those stud receivers. I needed it. The nut was both Arizona guys last week.
Yeah, and they're both on the slate tonight too. It's gonna be it's a really good 3-game slate this evening too. So
can't wait.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Big T, Tony, and Bruce and I, we appreciate y'all for watching. Again, next week we'll be back with one of the last shows of the year, right? We'll have a couple more for the CFP and stuff, but
we'll get some bowl. If we get a good bowl slate, we'll pop in. I can't not see your guys' mugs.
I can't wait to watch Texas beat up on Texas A&M tonight for Bruce. I'm gonna be full hook 'em.
Is that tonight?
That's
tonight.
On the 3-game slate?
Yep.
That's a good
6:30 games in Arizona State. Yeah.
Really good. We got some good ones then.
The games are better.
Hunker down.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff.
Dummy time, unless Rubio picks me up. He still owes me a meal from his other 100K. I thought we were going to go to Cattleman's or something.
Yeah, you got to make me drive all the way out to Independent. That's terrible.
Cattleman's is right by your favorite place. What are you talking about?
Just get you a limo.
Yeah, just get a limo. Yeah.
Bruce, he tells me that the Long Necks is in his backyard and Cattleman's is right next to Long Necks.
Yeah, you said pick you up, right?
Oh yeah, I can meet you.
It's a little different than being right next door.
Yeah,
just get him a limo.
Right.
I'll get him a limo, Bruce.
It'd be so awesome to see a limo just right outside his door.
Right go eat at a normal restaurant.
Yeah,
get out
at Chili's or something.
Oh gosh,
that would be all-time classic. Just 2 dudes too. 2 dudes get out of the limo to go to Chili's.
Just guys being dudes.
May as well rent the tux at that point, right? All right. Have a good one, y'all. Good luck tomorrow, and bye-bye.